Welcome back to Tom's Life. Today we are making cherry Bakewell tart. So the ingredients you need is plain flour, butter, icing sugar, caster sugar, 1 egg, cherry jam, cherries, ground almonds. So first step, we're going to weigh out the ingredients to make our shortcrust pastry. So you're going to weigh out the plain flour. So first step, we're going to weigh out our plain flour. You'll need 250 grams to make the shortcrust pastry using my talking scales.
It is 34 grams. It is 64 grams.
So you're just placing the plain flour in your scales.
95 grams. It is 119 grams. It is 136 grams. It is 163 grams. It is 188 grams. It is 215 grams. It is 232 grams. It is 249 grams. It is 250 grams.
Spot on. Once you weighed out 250 grams of plain flour, you're going to get a mixing bowl and you're going to place it all in. Get it all out first and then give it a little bit of tap. And you weigh your butter next. So next step, you're going to weigh out your butter. You'll need 125 grams. So you're going to cut some off. And then you're going to place it in your scales.
It is 92 grams.
You need a little bit more.
It is 92 grams. It is 106 grams. It is 113 grams. It is 124 grams. It is 120 grams. It is 121 grams. It is 125 grams.
Spot on. Once you've got 125 grams of butter, you're going to place it in with your flour and then you'll rub them together to make your shortcrust pastry. Now you want to start breaking the butter up in the flour and then you want to use your fingertips to rub it together with the flour to make it into like breadcrumbs, and then you'll add some water to bring it together, and this will be your shortcrust pastry. Should not have warm hands or the butter will melt. So you want to start getting your fingertips in and rubbing them together. We'll just take a few minutes. If you don't want to get your fingers messy, you can use a blender, or you can also buy shortcrust pastry. That's up to you. So you're just raising it from a height. And then you just want to keep giving the bowl a shake. And then just keep rubbing it. So this is what it should look like now. You should have it in nice little breadcrumbs. You're just going to give it a little mix with the knife. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make a little well. And then you're just going to pour a little bit of water in. And then you want to start binding that together with the knife. So it all comes together. Get all the way round. Just add a little bit more water, not a lot. Then you're going to take your knife out. And then you're going to get your hands in. Start binding it together. Keep adding a little bit more water if you think it's a bit dry. Now when you've added in your water and you might need to add a little bit more flour, it's starting to come together into a nice ball shape. You just want to pat it together so it all comes together like that. You're just carefully patting it. And then in a minute you'll put it to one side. You'll weigh out your other ingredients. And then you'll roll this out. And this will be your shortcrust pastry to go in your dish. And then you'll place this in the oven to cook. So it goes nice and brown. So next step, you want to weigh out 120 grams of butter. So you're cutting it up, placing it in the scales.
It is 48 grams.
You're just cutting it up so it's easier
It is 48 grams.
to cream.
It is 69 grams. It is 115 grams. It is 119 grams. It is 119 grams. It is 120 grams.
Spot on. Once you've got 120 grams, you're going to place it in a mixing bowl. And then you're going to weigh out your caster sugar. You want the same amount of caster sugar of butter, because then we will cream them. Next step, you want to add in 120 grams to your talking scales.
It is 141 grams.
Just going to take a little bit out.
It is 131 grams. It is 121 grams. It is 119 grams. It is 120 grams.
Spot on. Once you've got 120 grams of caster sugar, you're also going to place it in with your butter. You give it a little shake and you get it all out. Now you want to roll out your short crust pastry. You want to put enough flour on your surface and your hands, and you just want to carefully roll it out. You want to give it a pat so it doesn't break. So you're just carefully patting it as you're rolling it. It needs to be thin enough, it needs to be big enough so you can put your dish on it. But you don't want your pastry to break, so just when you do a careful roll, you just give it a little pat so you're not breaking it. You have all the flour on your surface to help it. You just knead it back up. Then you're going to get your dish and see if it's big enough. Just need to roll it out a little bit more. But don't forget, if you got any spare, you can fill it with the cracks. So just patting it down. Now you want to pat it down in your dish. Just go around. And what you're doing is you're just patting it down into a nice thin layer. And then what you do is you go round if any have hanging off the dish. But you just want to pat it down. Get all the way to the sides, and we're just carefully patting it. And then you'll trim off the ends. And then if you got any gaps or cracks you need to fix, you use the little bit of shortcrust pastry you got. So you now want to switch on your oven. Using my bump-ons to tell me which one is the oven. You want to set this at 180 degrees. Let that just preheat for a minute or two. Then you'll put your shortcrust pastry in the oven to cook for 15 to 20 minutes till it's nice and brown. Now you want to place your shortcrust pastry in the oven to cook. You put it on the middle shelf. You close the door. You want that to cook for 15 to 20 minutes and keep an eye on it. Now you're going to start making your frangipane. You want to beat the butter and sugar together. So you're just mashing them first, and then you want to start creaming them. So just do like a chop action first, and then break it from the side of the bowl. And then you want to give this a good beat. Then you'll crack your egg. You want to put a teaspoon of flour in, and your ground almonds. But first you're just beating your sugar and butter to a cream texture. Will take a few minutes. Now you want to crack in your egg. So you're just dropping your egg in to your butter and sugar. Catch all the shell. And you want to whisk that in. So you're just beating that in. Then in a minute you add in a teaspoon of flour, and then your ground almonds. Now you want to add in 1 teaspoon of plain flour. You want to stir that in. So you're just stirring in your plain flour so it doesn't split. And then in a minute you add in your ground almonds. You'll use a full bag. 150 grams, and then when the pastry is cooked, you'll take it out. You'll place your cherry jam on the top, on the bottom. You'll place your frangipane on top, and then you'll place it in the oven to cook for another 10 minutes so it's cooked all the way through. Now you want to pour in all your ground almonds. And you carefully want to stir that in. Into your mix. So it's all bind in well. Just give it a whack off the wooden spoon. And then you're just stirring it in, and then you will spread this on the top. This is like your frangipane. I'm just making one big one, so you put all this on top. But if you're making little cherry Bakewell tarts, you spoon a little teaspoon in each one. Now your shortcrust pastry should be cold enough to start pouring some cherry jam onto your pastry. You place 2 dollops in the middle to start off with, and then you want to get a knife, and you just want to pat it down. Spread it out evenly. You always add another spoonful if you need to. Move it around. Just get another spoonful. And then you just spread it all out into a nice even layer. Then you'll place all your frangipane on top. Then you'll layer that out into a nice smooth texture. Then you'll place it back in the oven to cook for another 20 minutes. So it goes nice and golden, your frangipane. Now you want to place all your frangipane on top. So you're just spooning it on first. You just start off with half, and then with the back of the spatula, you spread it out, and then you'll get the rest out. Now you want to place the rest of your frangipan on top, and with your spatula, you just want to spread it out all round into a nice even layer. You move the bowl, your dish, so your frangipan can get to near the edge. So where everywhere's got a bit of frangipan on it. So you want to lay it out really smooth. Now you want to place your frangipan in the oven. So you place your frangipan and your tart back in the oven to cook. You want to cook your frangipan for 20 minutes. I have lowered the heat to 160, and you keep an eye on that for 20 minutes. Now you want to weigh out 200 grams of icing sugar using my talking scales.
It is 41 grams. It is 70 grams.
So you just want to make it to 200.
It is 90 grams. It is 114 grams. It is 137 grams. It is 161 grams. It is 180 grams. It is 188 grams. It is 192 grams. It is 199 grams. It is 200 grams.
Spot on. Once you've got 200 grams of icing sugar, you're going to get a bowl with some water in, and you're going to put all that in. And then you're just going to stir it so it evaporates and stirs into the water. So you're just going to keep stirring this for another minute, and then you're going to pour it all over your frangipan, and then you're going to put some cherries on top, and then you're going to let it set overnight so your icing can stick to your cherries. Now you want to pour your icing on top of your frangipan. Like that. Now you want to place your cherries on top of your icing. Just place them all round. And then we'll place this in the fridge to set overnight, and then you can serve it. So this is what it looks like when you have finished. Hope you like making my cherry Bakewell tart. Don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe, and thank you.